Right now, we want to talk about Corporation for Public Broadcasting because this is a month that is marking now the first time since public broadcasters are operating without funding from CPB. And we know that has some local impacts here. PBS North Carolina is among the broadcasters that was benefiting from CPB money. If you're not familiar with the organization, this is the group that helps pay for PBS, NPR, 1,500 local radio and television stations, programs like Sesame Street, Finding Your Roots, but so much more. We want to talk about a statement here from PBS North Carolina regarding the impacts of Corporation for Public Broadcasting closure here. Over the past 10 days, PBS North Carolina implemented involuntary separations affecting 32 positions across divisions, including content and production, marketing and creative, engineering, education, development, and finance. The statement goes on to say these reductions, along with 5 voluntary separations accepted earlier this month and the elimination of 16 vacant positions, mark the completion of planned personnel changes. The statement goes on to say these difficult decisions, combined with non-personnel expense reductions that began in January of 2025, were necessary to ensure changes now in place. We are in a stronger position to continue serving the people of North Carolina and fulfilling our public media mission for decades to come. And while the impact of these budget cuts is significant, our PBS North Carolina team is resilient and we remain committed to our purpose. We are still here and now more than ever are focused on the future. So with that, we do want to talk about some of the other services you might not immediately think of when it comes to your local radio and TV stations that are publicly funded. So we have Chris Pandich, who's the chief engineer for PBS North Carolina, joining us right now to talk about that. Thank you so much for being here with us on Live Impact News, Chris.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I mean, I think, given the fact that here at WCNC, we recently covered the 1-year anniversary of Helene, I think this is a great place to start because I don't think we can drive home enough the services that y'all have provided to the community in a natural disaster like Helene. Tell us about PBS North Carolina and how that signal helped connect communities with information when so many other ways of communicating were going down during the storm.
Well, sure. Yeah. If we talk first, let's talk about the public-facing information that was distributed. So, we actually coordinate with the Emergency Operations Center and the Governor's Office to live stream and live broadcast all emergency briefings to all of the citizens of North Carolina. The briefings are available on website, Facebook, YouTube, with English and Spanish translation and ASL as well. But one of the important parts of that you mentioned is when other pipes of communication go down, cellular, internet, and all that, we were actually able to still take these live over there with broadcast for those that could still view our signal. So we were able to we provide the engineering, the equipment, the infrastructure for all of that work. These live feeds are also distributed to all media outlets statewide, so they can continue to distribute it to their viewers, all the information that they need. And after the event is over, we also provide recording for everybody to view as well. And that's just for the public facing portion of what we do. We also we have a very large broadcast network that stretches across the state of North Carolina. And with that broadcast network, it includes, our 12 transmitter sites, 24 translator sites, but also many, many, many microwave sites that we have. And those microwave sites are the backbone for our interconnectivity across this statewide broadcast network. Now, that infrastructure is not only used for television, but it also supports the Viper first responder radio communications system. For instance, that's what's needed when all of these other forms of communication go down, like cellular and internet or what have you. Just to explain the impact of that, during Helene, we had PBS North Carolina ourselves. We had 8 sites that were running on emergency power, and 7 of those supported the Viper communication system, which is used by State Highway Patrol, DPS, EMS, local law enforcement. And one of those sites in particular was WUNE Linville. And if we couldn't keep that running, then in 5 counties we would have lost Viper communications for those people responding to the storm. So not only do we deliver the information to the citizens wherever they're at and whatever format they can consume it, we also are trying to help our the first responder community, our emergency management community, at the times they need it the most.
Yeah. I mean, I just think about how Helene really humbled a lot of us in so many different ways, in the sense of all of the technologies that we thought we could rely on in some cases were totally gone. And I think about, how we do things in broadcasting these days in general, where, when I started in news, it was pretty standard to do the microwave live shot, which, I mean, I could go into the weeds with it for viewers, and you could probably do it even better given your role. But, we've gotten away from that so much. Nowadays, we're doing the cellular, backpack live shots where the signal, basically, if we're in the field doing a live report, that's being transmitted through cellular devices, similar to a cell phone, I guess you would say. But when that goes down, you're like, wish we had the other stuff. And that sounds kind of similar to, what y'all were providing during Helene, kind of just like the foundational, basic, but essential type of connectivity needed.
No, yeah, I 100% agree. I think a lot of the new technologies, they're very convenient and they're very quick to get going. But, when their infrastructure isn't as hardened as some of traditional broadcast technologies, and that's why it's very smart to have a diverse portfolio when you're talking about data distribution across a state like North Carolina, especially in the West, where Helene had impacted the most. You need to have a diverse portfolio to distribute information. Otherwise, when those other infrastructure goes down, you have nothing.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we talked about, the connections and the importance of that. The other, part of the story here is, in the wake of Helene, actually showing folks what it looked like, even if it was, somebody in Western North Carolina actually seeing a community that's down the road, and they're able to see, oh, hey, this community is kind of looking like us too, or it's somebody who is totally outside of Western North Carolina able to see the impact that this storm had. We know that you flew into Western North Carolina with the governor to talk about those recovery efforts and actually show them to the public so people could see. Can you talk about just the role that your cameras played in that situation?
Yeah, sure. So some of the folks here from PBS NC, not me specifically, but some of the folks here from PBS NC did go with the governor to shoot a lot of that footage. PBS NC always stands ready at the invitation of the governor's office to serve as a pool feed for the video and the audio needed for those flyovers of disaster affected areas. So yeah, for after Helene hit, we did join the governor's entourage upon their request to film just some of the damage, get some sound bites, and all that material was presented free to all media outlets statewide, free of our branding and everything. It was just it's part of the public service we offer.
Yeah. No, I mentioned this kind of off the top when I was introducing this topic, the fact that, I think, quite frankly, PBS is known for, specific programming, for example, Sesame Street. And I've mentioned this before here on Live Impact pretty candidly. I was a PBS child growing up, so I have, my whole repertoire of favorite PBS shows that I used to watch, and Love Nova. So super nerdy, but interesting. Can you talk about, not just the programming, but maybe specific services and programming that could be lost if PBS North Carolina wasn't able to operate?
I'm not going to dive into what content would or would not be available because that's not a part of my decision-making process.
Yeah.
I can tell you that even though we have lost funds, our commitment to public safety and our commitment to serving the citizens of North Carolina has not changed. Our mission on that has not changed. Public safety is not going to be sacrificed because of this. We're still here, and we're still going to provide the best service possible we can to the citizens of North Carolina. Currently, I do not have any plans to shut down any of those services that I'm responsible for. We're going to continue to move on.
Anything that you want to share with the public just in general about, and I think you kind of just touched on it just now, but, your messaging to folks who are either loyal viewers or maybe folks who haven't discovered PBS yet?
Yeah, come and check us out. I mean, we not only provide public safety and help to the public when they need it the most, but we also provide some interesting content. We have a lot of historical and cultural content that you might enjoy. We're a good option for your children to have educational content as well to view. And you can always find us at pbsnc.org/support. Even if you go to our website, we got a green little donate box in the top right corner. You can call us at 1-888-292-7070 as well. We're always here to serve the public, and if you support something like that, you can help support us.
Chris, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it and hope that you come on back here to Live Impact and chat with us if you have anything that you ever want to talk about, whether it's related to this, an update, or something else. We appreciate you.
All right, great. Thanks for having me.